Okay, welcome back, Reck. And let's be honest, 10 years story me back off. Like, this game was. Because now I've been so good, but when we're here at the point for the cave now, we're going to continue the story move. And now, my last.
Let me see. How did this work again? Interesting.
Man. What's they found news in guess now? When me I quit this, I did say it last night, I did. Okay, I'm gonna just cancel this or come back. I'm gonna see what they found news in. Don't know, okay. I think I just say it last night, I did. Okay, this is how far. Hey, I did say it last night, I did.
Let me see. How did this work again?
Okay.
Fascinating. Interesting. That is something.
Oh, okay, magic got, okay. Okay. No. I bet you take the game, I did. Okay.
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes?
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later, Magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a midnight sun now. One of us.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been a bad dreams every night for me lately. I, keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside. Needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient winners a little? These missions can't be good for caretakers. Something tells me you don't have a favorite movie. Well, we can start you out with one of my favorites. I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Was your father there for you when you found out?
Dad was evil too. Long story, lots of drama. There was a cool dinosaur. I'll fill you in later. Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
The only thing I want to hear from Lilith is a death rattle.
That's one way to save on Mother's Day presents. Enough about her crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
I had some questions about your old team.
The Runaways? Sure thing.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert... She didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in LA. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
I had some questions about your staff.
Go for it.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's, blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productively. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
Getting some rest, but...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
To stand still is to move back.
You got that one from Agatha. She used to say it all the time. I always preferred, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Used to?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... she's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce. Indomitable. Or maybe just kind to a fault.
Agatha's power... How could she be gone?
She put her trust in the wrong person. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Dr. Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Was Wanda so different from me as a child? Was it that easy to send her away?
I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control. And this time I had no Agatha to help me, as I had with you. I thought she would be safe with Strange. On that part, at least, I was clearly mistaken. Wanda. Agatha. It seems we've lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
I didn't know you.
Agatha!
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Bloodgate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
The bus gate?
Ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
That is something.
I don't think I'm gonna trust it.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah, Caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Come on! Oh my god, this is true.
As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Let us see if they have an answer for this. Some for the rest of us.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but meaningless. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
You were too weak for this fight. They cannot possibly match your strength. I see much has changed over the course of an Agnas. Team is falling apart.
You can imagine why Sarah was so fond of Ashton. If I didn't know better, I would say she modeled her role as caretaker after the goddess.
I am impressed. Now that was something. Your mother abandoned you.
It's a shame Charlie couldn't have a more pleasant reunion with them. I don't think they're feeling very sentimental.
Feel my call.
Why you got in the bug?
Girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Why me cross out? Okay. I don't want, guys. I'm bad. I don't want what's up. I'm trying to another channel. Welcome back. This is not good.
This looks like
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Suture for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
blessings of the goddess. The gods are fickle.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience.
Uh-oh.
Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate?
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever's in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
I hope the two of you create something powerful. I want to stop Lilith quickly and decisively.
As I said, I'm sure it can help us. I just need to convince Tony to set his ego aside. His discomfort with the esoteric nature of the arcane might be a problem.
But Tony's eccentricities aside, I know you can make this work.
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite.
The goddess disagrees. Ah, I see.
What have you brought me today? If only more of my time. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. This is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
Hey!
It's not entirely worthless, just not especially...
All right, let's get started, Dr. Spooky. How's it going, boss?
Let's see what we
Take your pick, Hunter. Shh. Tony is working.
Farewell.
Hey, Hunter. Got a sec to spare?
You've been here more in the past few days than I have since... ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another, just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian Sofa.
It would be my honor to spar with a spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blade to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training.
Like playing with fire, huh?
Maybe you should be the...
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
The goddess must be busy.
What's shaking?
I'm almost getting used to seeing you.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city. But we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There's no passage to New York, or anywhere for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
I fail to see why you'd need me for this.
Oh. Thought I overheard something about you being destined to lead us to victory over Lilith. Maybe I got the name wrong.
I will find her.
That's the can-do prophesied savior of humanity attitude I was looking for. Not much more I can tell you, Hunter. Though I did hear her mutter something about Wanda right before she poofed away. Maybe that helps.
Thanks, Captain. I shall find her.
Maybe I just find her.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
That is no ordinary book. I can sense it from here.
Nothing in this place is ever ordinary. Especially this. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
No good ever comes from a book like that. Trust me.
Funny. You sound like Wanda. She was also afraid of her power. I can almost hear her scolding me for invading her privacy. But I've done far worse than to rummage through someone else's things. Far worse. And so have you. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
We will find her. I can feel it.
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers? Do not try to fool me with your false empathy, Hunter. I know Caretaker will never waste the resources looking for her.
Ileana, just open the portal.
You are like an Avenger. All you do is take, take, take. You expect too much. Okay, I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye.
Does not seem right to intrude in their space.
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
Well, we can do it. We can do the Doctor Strange. I'm gonna use it. That's it.
Did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
Shockwave with glass in my approach path.
Ah, that.
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single wounded calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
For it.
That is one way of making your presence known.
I've been waiting for this.
That actually hurt a little.
They really want to get on my bad side.
Armed Alpha reinforcing.
Want more resources.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The gamma disruptor so narrowly escaped within our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. Open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Agnas.
There's no way Hydra's medical plan can cover the beating we're about to put on you.
Shot.
I have to admire your persistence.
You're mine.
You wouldn't be embarrassed by your weakness.
They must be getting desperate.
Don't waste the opportunity.
Not last.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure. Hail that. Weak, even for Hydra.
You've had this coming.
Oh my.
Now I see why so many fear your strength.
We will not fail. As ordered.
Luckily, I'm a glutton for punishment.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand
Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed.
Keep an eye on that one.
They got away.
Do not worry, heroes. You will still witness the results of my work firsthand on the field of battle.
I am the way pitbull.
Should be good. So that's how that works.
The light will carry you onward. This shall be of great help. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time is clearly past.
We serve until the end.
Follow my lead.
Why do they like me so much?
I must have angered them.
Awaiting reinforcements.
Your sacrifice will be remembered.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The gamma disruption narrowly escaped within our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself. I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't punch a hole right through. Personal. You're wasting your energy.
Try
As
to
ordered. Is that really your best?
You're still not ready to give up?
Take them
still
out.
knock it up as well.
Bring your whole.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure. Your time has come. Hail that.
Enemy is mobile.
Watch and learn.
resistance.
I'm going to get you for this.
Taking the shot.
One of ours is down.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
They got away.
Do not worry, heroes. You will still witness the results of my work firsthand. On the field.
That is really fast. Oh, that's worse than I don't like.
Walk in the light.
Appreciate it. Hope this helps. Every little bit helps. Let's try this.
I don't have magic healing! I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Keep doing that?
Their persistence is irritating.
They must be getting desperate.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. I will open more than your eyes.
You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
I'm on it.
Now that was something.
Not a problem.
Never surrender.
Natural Laser.
You're mine. Take advantage while they focus on me.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that jumper, please.
I feel great.
That should keep them grounded. Now let's get everything back to the Abbey for analysis.
Such arrogance. Our brave soldiers will never allow you.
Oh, shut up already. Take them down.
Why do they like me so much?
Engaging target!
Keep trying. Maybe you'll get lucky. Someone's hurt bad.
Our loyal soldiers are the simple flags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
Send reinforcements!
I will not waste this opportunity. Hail that! Weak, even for Hydra.
You know what to do.
For years, I was considered a crazed zealot in the Hydra cabal. Obsessed with the old ways. Then we detect the convergence of the Midnight Sun.
Tell me about it. Actually, please do not.
Wow, I'm surprised it didn't punch a hole in it.
Interesting.
Hail Hydra! Taking the shot!
I can only endure so much.
Night night. You need this more than I do.
Feeling good. It's about time.
For the Mother!
No retreat!
You can cut that out anytime.
I am not sure I can keep this up.
At least Hydra Green is iconic. If you're a low-rent mercenary. So that's how that works. Ready up.
have nothing to fear. I am not doing so well.
Well, that's interesting.
You are lucky to still be breathing.
What?
You were too weak for this fight.
Too.
Well done. Looks like that's the last of them. Last?
I
There are more
have.
heads to the Hydra than you will ever comprehend, heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory. Well done. If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it.
Mm.
Your gods are feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying to figure out how to bring Wanda back.
Close, Hunter. But no. Something much more sinister has grabbed my attention.
Sinister?
When I was holding the trans-dimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
Oh.
We should inform the others of any potential danger.
Warn them of what? One of Magic's airy-fairy gut feelings? The Avengers are already unsure of us. I do not need to add to that. Best not say anything until I am better able to articulate it. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Must not be her purview.
I'm an LA girl at heart, but I'll raise some hell in any major metropolis.
How's your spark treating you? Any feedback? Acceptable answers are genius design, work of a genius, really anything involving the word genius.
I'm glad you asked. There is so much room for improvement.
That's not what I...
Take Superlink. Why restrict us to such a limited number of heroes if its purpose is to link all heroes?
There are issues of secret identity we're still trying to...
Or the outer shell. Yes, I barely notice it is there in a fight, but one good hit could crack it in half.
Oh, the case is in Alpha, and we're...
Do not get me started on the volume control. The comms are so loud, you may as well broadcast them directly to Hydra.
I'll tell you what, send all of your feedback to @HappyGoLucky.
Who is that?
The guy who rolled out my design without enough product testing.
Will he address my issues?
Only between the hours of midnight. Well, I had a
Good day, Hunter.
She does not see it happening.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter.
Oh,
If you're going to continue our little investigation of the Abbey, they'll be vital to your success.
Investigation?
A side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my blessing, Wanda was working to uncover what may be the most powerful.
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet. But I never thought you'd pull something like this.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah. I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
That anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know that, right? Don't hold it against Sarah.
She may try to mask her feelings, but...
Sarah and I spent centuries together, exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. And yet we persevered, together.
You still have not answered my question.
It may be difficult to understand, but she needs this time. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library, that elaborate memorial she conjured up. She didn't waste any time trying to bury what happened.
You are right. I do not understand.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. It's up to her to accept what happened and allow herself to grieve. When that happens, we'll see each other again, but not before.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah. So, what is it you are looking at here?
Yes, we should get back to the real reason I asked you to meet me here. Wanda's journal. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even after all this time.
Even to you?
Even to me. Wanda had taken to exploring the grounds in search of a strange energy we both sensed. Knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate, Wanda felt it was up to her to take your place. Of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient, transient cipher that I've only just begun to understand. Have a look at the first entry. I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but Wanda was definitely onto something. If you remember my altar, that's where she was conducting her experiments.
An investigation that involves experiments. Why do I feel like you were going to get me into trouble?
Since when has that ever stopped you? Let's meet out at the altar. I'll try to do a better job of explaining from there. Charlie will show you the way if you've forgotten.
The goddess must be busy. Ah, I see. What is this?
Maybe we're lost, guys. See, I find it too. Okay.
Interesting. Intriguing. Does not seem right to intrude in their space. The goddess disagrees.
What is it?
Grave of Jeremiah Kane, another host of the Spirit of Vengeance. I wonder if he was as conflicted as Robbie is about being a Ghost Rider.
Don't wait, find stuff to deal. Hey, cause
There are cracks in this wall. She does not see it happening.
library radiates that fresh spell battle aura. Makes for an ideal reading nook.
Locking painful memories behind closed doors is a very Russian thing to do. Alright, it's a me thing to do. Is it me? Or does anyone else feel some of Wanda's spiritual...
Why did we get it? Didn't we use that fucking... Good, I'm not so good on these. Let me start again and put my carrot up. Yeah, I'm gonna move this my face cam and move it. I think that yeah, I don't want to make a person mad about. Cause I hate these things we gotta find. Some mission you gotta do this. Now you can do it.
That looks good. Very nice. I wonder who painted this. That is something.
Okay, I did fine. Sorry.
Fascinating. Curious. Curious. Ah, I see.
It smells like fire and lies, with a hint of wormwood. Kind of like that transient stew she cooks. On the bright side, Agatha's not here to shush us for being too loud.
Keep our breathing in this game. Yeah, let's go.
Blessings of the goddess. It is one of the elemental rods.
I didn't find a couple.
She believes in our purpose.
Like most things on the grounds here, there's more to this place than meets the eye.
Yeah. It take me a while to find her.
You're going to make me say it.
Humor an old, dead woman.
Hocus pocus.
You haven't lost your touch, dear. The words may be simple, but these plinths won't appear for just anyone. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here. Hopefully, as I decipher Wanda's journal, her notes will aid in the search.
But you have not actually told me what the greater purpose is here. What are we doing this for?
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda, I'd rather you take things slowly. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little project. There's no rush, and you don't have to help if you don't feel like it. But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
An arcane key?
Just a little something. A token for your efforts so far. The key can be used to open that chest nearby. Like so many other oddities around here, those chests tend to appear before those who deserve them most. Make yourself that person.
That seems intentionally vague.
It's more fun that way, isn't it? I'll be in the library working on the translations if you need me, dear. Good luck.
Time of me.
Perhaps I should try this somewhere else. This does not work. The patterns do not match. That is not it. I am not getting anywhere. The old magic still holds. Gods are fickle. The goddess must be busy. Goddess of Order approves. This looks like a fairy ring.
An elemental rod. I should take this back to the altar.
What's Wanda up to here? The goddess disagrees. Must not be her purview. I needed that. Relaxing.
Just what I was looking for. One more to go.
One more to go? Man, we're gonna find this one. But it's pretty hard to find this. I don't know where it is. It's really hard to find it. Okay. Yes, nature's break by it's fine by this name, right? I won't be streaming.
Oster smiles upon me. That is something. Interesting. Fascinating. I was always drawn to this place as a child, but somehow I had almost forgotten about it. What is this? Noble Oster guides my hand. The standing stones. There is powerful magic at work here. The gods are fickle. must not be her purview. The goddess must be busy.
I hate
The
that.
goddess disagrees.
I cannot
I need to find the next moon seal.
Next Muto. I'm not gonna find anything. It's gonna take.
The great seer known as Endra Moore is buried here. Much like Nico, her powers came dangerously close to crossing the line, but she was among the most loyal of the Midnight Suns.
Somebody says something there.
I need to find the next moon seal. She does not see it happening. My old fort. Caretaker was furious when she found I had built this. I wonder what she was really afraid of. Intriguing. Ah, I see.
I see you found one of the elemental rods. If you'd like to keep going, you may keep searching for more.
That's the comment.
I see you found another of our mystic landmarks. These are the Standing Stones. Your ancestors among the blood used them to converse with the Elder Gods.
I'm out of it.
How does that work?
Members of the Blood would gather among the stones and enter a sort of meditative trance. They say the gods would hear their thoughts, but the Blood never knew for sure who was listening on the other end. Some of the older texts refer to a series of glyphs etched on the stones, but at first glance they seem to have been scoured clean by time itself.
Could they still be revealed somehow?
You read my mind, Hunter. I suspect the glyphs are still here. They just need the right words of encouragement, if you catch my meaning.
The gods are fickle.
Always do that and make a mistake. That's gonna be a lot. Some games got 5 stars. This might mini game too.
This is what Nico means by self-care. The goddess must be busy.
I'm gonna let you know, find wrestlers on my bill. Don't. I gotta finish up. Don't know. Well, I'm gonna go. Like, that's not. Don't wait looking for stuff. I will be able to be this when I come back. This. No. So guys, now like you just right. I hope it's like I hope I don't want to make a rude bail because this game is too boring. Guys now. Guys now I'm gonna go off here. Goodbye. So guys that time. Goodbye. So guys that time. You can subscribe. Goodbye. So guys. Oh yeah. So guys. So guys that time. You can subscribe. Good.